With the holidays and celebrations over, the new year has begun for businesses and markets, and many are looking at the same questions as in the last year. In Germany, that is mostly about how to get the economy to grow back again. Lars Holte is with Deutsche Welle and joins me from Berlin on the story. Lars, what are you hearing on how to fix Germany's problems?
Thanks for having me. Well, I do know that whatever concepts are out there, they won't be leading to growth as fast as some had hoped. Many people, I'm talking politicians as well as economists, had expected last year to bring growth to the German economy, and that has not happened to the extent they thought at all. But there are, of course, ideas out there, demands that we've been hearing over and over, including lower taxes for businesses. The argument, of course, being that lowering the cost of business here would give German companies a competitive advantage over business from other countries or other regions in the world. However, one leading German economist says not so fast. Achim Truger is one of the 5 economists advising the German government. And he says that indeed lowering taxes for business would not have that big an effect on companies, but that the lack of revenue that the government would see might have a much bigger effect, and that obviously would be a negative effect, that it could lead to spending cuts, and that would likely hinder growth instead of spurring it.
Okay, Lars, what are the ideas that are out there to bring back growth?
Well, one often discussed idea was that 2026 could actually see fewer official holidays in Germany, meaning 1 or 2 more work days, which would of course translate into higher productivity for the country. As a matter of fact, we do have a lot of religious holidays, even though the country is getting less religious over time. There are events like Pentecost or Ascension Day that are pretty meaningless to a majority of people. Now, of course, everybody does enjoy having a day off, but it's also quite easy to understand that working a day or 2 more every year would help the economy. However, taking 1 or 2 holidays off the calendar is actually another idea that the same economist, Achim Truger, says is not that great a concept. He says, while the idea is certainly reasonable, the effect it would have on the economy is minimal, negligible even. And to prove that, he actually says, look at Bavaria. That is the most religious or the most conservative state in Germany. They're having more holidays than the others, but their productivity is among the highest in the country anyway.
Okay, so what options does it all leave for the German economy, Lars?
Well, if analysts are currently optimistic, then it is mostly because of the expected government spending that we should be seeing in 2026, defense spending as well as non-defense spending, infrastructure and such. But that would bring us back to the first item here on the list, taxes. If corporate taxes were indeed cut, then that spending would go down. So some are asking to raise taxes on the rich, bring back the inheritance tax, for example, and actually generate more money for the government, more money to be spent in an effort to strengthen the economy. Of course, such an idea, as effective as it might be, is politically extremely unpopular. So no idea if we will be seeing anything of sorts.